today we'll be looking at the exercise. So I'm teaching you on the exercise and I'm showing you how to solve. So the first question was the 2x minus 4 is equal to 3. And then if you remember, there was a square root on top here. So the first step that you do, you first remove the square root. And how do you remove it? By putting brackets on both sides. So when you're solving, you bring your 2x like this, minus 4. Okay? And then you put brackets on both sides. That's what we said. You put brackets this side. Okay? Even this side you put brackets. And then because of the square root there, then you square this side and also you square this side. So this power 2 cancels with this square root. What will remain this side is only 2x minus 4, which is equal to, what is 3 squared? 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is 9. Don't say 3 times 2. 3 squared means multiplying 3 twice. So 3 times 3. Okay. So 2x minus 4 is equal to 9. So it will be 2x. Negative 4 crosses the equal sign. So it will be 9. When negative 4 crosses this side, it becomes plus 4. So I'll go on the next page, which is 2x is equal to, what is the 9 plus 4? As you can see there, 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4, it is 13. So you divide by 2 and you divide by 2. And the answer is going to be equal to 13 over 2. That's how you solve it. That's for the first question. Okay. The second question, if you remember, this is the second question. The second question, there was a square root like this, and then 4x minus 3 is equal to 2. So what's the first thing you do? You remember what I said, if there's a square root, the first thing you remove the square root. How? By putting the square root in brackets and then putting squared. So you put the square root in bracket. Okay, that's what we learned. So you put the square root in bracket, you square it. What you do on the right, you also put it in brackets on the left. What you do on the left hand side, so you put the brackets on both sides, you square both sides. So this one cancels with the square root. What remains there, it's 4x minus 3 is equal to 4 squared. 2 squared, it means 2 times 2, which is 4. So 4x, when negative 2 crosses, it's going to be equal to 4. When negative 2 goes this side, it will become positive. So it will be 4x. 4x is equal to, what is 4 plus 3? It is 7. You divide by 4 this side, even this side by 4. And the answer you're going to get is actually 7 over 4. That's how we solve it. Okay? That's the second question. That's the answer. Let's go to the third question, question C. How do you solve question C? Question C was written as 2, and then there's a square root there, and then 5x minus 1 is equal to 8. When they give you such a question, so I'll write it down here. Okay? Now, before I solve this question, I look at the question. Have you seen this question? There's a 2 in front. And then here there is no times, there's no plus or minus, I mean. So it means the first thing you do is, since there is no sign here, it is just 2 square root. There's 2 and then there's a square root. There's no sign after 2. The first thing you do is, you don't put it in brackets first. You remove the 2. So you just remain with the square root. How? By putting, so you divide this side, even this side you divide. So you divide by 2, so to remove the 2, you remain with the square root part. Also this side by 2. Our target is to remove the 2 so to remain the square root. So this one cancels with this one. What will remain there, it's this part, which has a square root. Our target is to remain with the part with the square root. 2 into 8, it is 4. And then we are proceeding. So it's like this. 5x minus 1 is equal to, am I correct? 5x minus 1 is equal to 4. When you reach here, that's where now you put squared. You put it in brackets. When you reach here, that's when you put brackets like this, so that you can remove that square root on top. and then you square both sides. I think you remember from this stage, you remember when on this stage, just when you put brackets, you square this side, you square that side. This one cancels with this one, that 2 cancels this one. What remains there is 5x minus 1 is equal to 4 squared. It means 4 times 4. 4 times 4, it is 16. So 5x minus is equal to, that is 16. Post negative 1 will cross the other side to become plus 1. So it will be 5x is equal to 17. 5x is equal to, what is the 16 plus 1, which is 17. You divide by 5, even this side by 5. So we are going to find that x is equal to 17 over 5. That's how you solve it. Then you are done. Then you go to the fourth question. What's the fourth question? Which is question D. Question D again is similar. That is 3 in front. That is 3. Okay? 3 in front, and then 2x minus 1 is equal to 9. I told you that you cannot put a square root this side because there is a 3 in front of the square root. So first you remove the 3. So how do you remove the 3? By dividing the 3 on both sides. Okay? So you put a dash this side and a dash this side. So when you put a 3 down here and also a 3 down, these 3 cancels out. What remains this side? It is 2x minus 1 is equal to 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 9, it is 3. So 3 will remain. So this is the one that is there. So we are going to put 2x minus 1 is equal to 3. That's what has remained. When you reach this stage, you remember what I said, when there's a square root that has remained, that's when you put brackets and then you square both sides. So you square this side, you put brackets, also this side you square. This one cancels with this one. What remains there is 2x minus 1 is equal to 3 squared. It means 3 times 3, which is 9. And then 2x is equal to 9. Negative crosses the side becomes plus 1. So it will be 2x is equal to, what is 9 plus 1? 11. You divide by 2, you divide by 2. What remains there is x is equal to 11 over 2, guys. That's how you do it. So you're done with this question. You go on the next question. The next question was E. Question E was 3 minus the square root of 3x minus 4 is equal to negative 5. Okay, so because here there's a negative here, meaning this one has to cross. You can't divide it here because it's not attached to x. Because here if there is plus or there is minus, the number in front has to cross the equal sign. Okay, there's an equal sign there. So the first thing is, what will remain is this part here. This is the part that will remain up to here. So the 3 will come out, but you don't divide it. Why? Because there's a sign here which is negative. Unless if there was no sign, that's when you divide. Like the ones that we are solving, there was no sign here. So the first thing, what remains this side is this same one, negative. This part remains negative 3x minus 4 is equal to negative 5. And then what crosses is 3. So 3 crosses the equal sign. Okay? 3 crosses the equal sign. So when 3 crosses, what happens? There is minus. So 3 is positive. When it crosses this side, it becomes minus 3. Okay? So what has remained is a negative and a square root. So it will be negative 3x minus 4 is equal to negative 5, negative 3. It's negative 8. Okay? When you reach here, proceed. It is negative there. 3x minus 4 is equal to negative 8. So when you reach here, you remove this negative. You see this negative now. That's when you divide this side down here by negative 1. Also this side by negative 1. To remove the negative on top, so this one cancels out. What remains is this part with the square root. Minus 4 is equal to, that negative cancels the negative on top. What remains is 8. So we have the square root of 3x minus 4 is equal to 8. Okay? When you reach there, that's when you can square both sides. I'll repeat this stage. So if it's like this, when you reach there, that's when you put, for you to remove the square root, you square both sides. That's what I'd explained. To remove the square root, you put the brackets, you square. Also this side again, you put brackets, you square. This one comes out. What remains is 3x minus 4 is equal to 8 squared is 8 times 8, which is 64. So it will be 3x minus 4 is equal to 64. So 3x is equal to 64. That negative 4 crosses this side, it becomes plus 4. So it will be 3x is equal to 68. Okay? And then you divide by 3, you divide by 3. So x is equal to 68 divided by 3, which is the answer. Okay? That's how we solve this. That's how we solve this. And then lastly, question F is also in the similar manner. That is 3 minus, and then there is 2 here in front, and then there is a square root, and then 3x minus 1 is equal to 6. Remember what I said, if there is a sign here, you cannot divide. So that means the number in front has to cross the equal sign. That 3 has to cross the equal sign. Because of that there's a negative here. If there's a negative or a positive, you can't divide first. So the first thing you do is you say this part here, this part, this one remains, but the 3 comes out. Okay? That part remains, but the 3 comes out. So that's the part that will remain. So it means negative 2 square root 3x minus 1 is equal to 6. And then this 3 here will cross, this positive 3. When it crosses this side, it becomes negative 3. Okay? So it will be negative 2 square root 3x minus 1 is equal to 6 minus 3, it is 3. Okay? It is 3. So you proceed. What do you do? That is negative 2, open bracket, 3x minus 1. I'll bring it there. Is equal to 3. So you have to remain with only the part of the square root. So it means the 2 has to be divided, because the 2, there is no sign here. So it means 2, 3x minus 1 is equal to 3. So you divide by negative 2. Even this side you divide by negative 2. So because our target is to remain with the part with the square root. So what will remain there, it is the square root of 3x minus 1 is equal to 3 divided by negative 2. Okay? 3 divided by negative 2. And then here, when you reach here, you're supposed to remove the square root. I told you how to remove the square root, to square both sides. If you remember, you put in brackets this side, you square, is equal to, again, 3 over negative 2. Also, you put it in brackets, you square it. Okay? So this one cancels with this one. What remains is only 3x minus 1 is equal to. So 3 squared is going to be what? So this 3 when squared is going to give you 9. I'm coming back. So 3 squared is 9 over. And then here it's negative 2. Negative 2 squared You see there's negative 2 down. So negative 2 squared, it means negative 2 times negative 2, which is equal to 4. Because 2 negatives will make a positive. And then that will be 3x is equal to 9 over 4. Okay? 9 over 4. And then this is negative 1. When it goes this side, it becomes positive 1. So that will be equal to 3x is equal to 9 over 4 plus 1. Any number on its own is over 1. We look for the common denominator. It's 4. 4 into 4, 1. 1 times 9, 9 plus 1 into 4, 4. 4 times that one on top, 4. This side there is 3x. So you proceed again. 3x is equal to, what do you have? What is 9 plus 4? 13. So it will be 13 over what? 4. Okay? So it will be 3x is equal to 13 over 4. Any number on its own is over 1. There's an equal sign there. Then you cross multiply. So 13 times 4. If I'm solving it this side, it will be 12x. Okay, that is 3x plus 4. That is 12x. 1 times 13, it is 13. Okay? Then here divide both sides by 12. So that you can remain with x only. So when that comes out, you're going to find that x is equal to 13 over 12. That's how you solve it. So that's how you solve such kind of questions. Thank you.